Hey YouTube, what's happening? Chris here. I want to bring you guys an update on Bitcoin. And since the market's slow today, what we're going to do, we're really going to step back and we're going to look at the Eastern technique. You all know that I love studying the Japanese candlestick charting book and everything about candlesticks. All the terms that we go over, they're basically Japanese terms, they're war terms, like how you have the 3 white soldiers and 3 black crows and all these different types of things. The names, you know, the harami and all this different stuff that you have. I really wanted to step back and just look today at support, resistances. We're going to do our moving averages, our candles, and our volume. So I know that moving averages are Western indicators, but besides that, we're not going to pull in any MACDs, any RSI, anything. We're going to look at the flow of the candles. We're going to look at support and resistance, and we're going to see where we're really at here in terms of what Bitcoin could do potentially in the future. So if you like what we do here, hit that subscribe button, like, share. I just really appreciate each and every one of you. We're trying for 100 likes on this video. Can't make it happen without you. So guys, this is the Eastern technique. So whenever you're using RSIs, those type of things, the oscillators, you're going to be looking at a Western technique. So what we're going to dig into here, we're going to look at Bitcoin in the channels. We're going to look at support and resistance. We're going to look at trend lines. We're going to do our candles. We're going to do, let's see, just go channel by channel, and we're going to talk about $6,000 and the importance of $6,000. All right. So guys, what we're having here is we're trying to stay up above the 100-day moving average, and that's this dark blue one here. You can see how we're swinging down in here. Now we're starting to have a doji candle, that bull and the bear fighting back and forth over this 100-day moving average. And we're also on top of the 20-day EMA, which is in green, that's swooping down as well. But we're just going to stay back here. I just want to stay back. Look at these support and resistances, okay? To the upside, what we would need to do is first get up and over, I'd say, this wick here at around 38.70. If we got up above that, we would come up here and we would definitely test that 4,100 or so, where we got rejected from that 4,100 up to 4,187 in that range. So that's overhead resistance is what we're looking at first. So you can see everything in red here is our overhead resistance. Down here in green, these are our supports that we would want to see hold. So we're going to go one by one. We're going to take them off as we go. All right. So guys, that's our first one there. The next overhead resistance that Bitcoin would have to get up over is around this 42.45, and that's going to be strong overhead resistance there. You can see where we put in a doji candle right there after this big, nice, strong bullish belt hold candle was put in, and then we had that doji and we got pushed down to the downside. So that's going to be a tough spot to get over as well, because that came on pretty good volume. So keep that in mind in terms of our overhead resistance. And also remember, you're going to have Fibonacci getting pulled as well on this, where you're going to have support and resistances on the Fibonacci that you're going to want to pay attention to as well. But we're just looking at the support and resistances right now. I just want to put that in the back of your mind as you're going through and doing this on your own. Remember, I'm not your financial advisor. We're just looking at things here. So the next stop would be around that 45.34 overhead resistance, and that's where we had this real quick reaction before further downside. Up above that's going to be 5,501. This little spot right here where we almost had that little bear flag right there, and we got pushed to the downside. And guys, what you want to do is write these things down on a little piece of paper, just overhead resistances, areas, keep track of the price, what it's doing, really track the price. And then around this 6,000, guys, this 6,150, if I move this back out, you can see for how long we're in this descending triangle. Descending triangle is the lower highs that are taking place and then a flat bottom. So that's why when we lost this, we dropped so hard and so fast. Because the power, think of this as a floor down here. All this momentum was boom, boom, and just kept hitting on it until it broke, and then we dropped to the downside. So to get up over this is going to take a lot of volume. It's going to take a lot of enthusiasm. But what we're seeing here is a short-term trend change in Bitcoin, and that's what we want to see continue. Higher highs and higher lows. That's what we're going to keep our eye on. But those are all the overhead resistance, and also include moving averages into your overhead resistance. Bitcoin needs still to get up over the 200-day moving average for me to consider that the bear market is over. Until I see us close up above that with good conviction, with good volume, I'm not convinced. All right, and that's just me. You can still see the volume here also kind of tapering down a little bit. Now, on the downside, so that was on the upside. Those were our resistances. On the downside, remember, including moving averages, Fibonacci, if you want to throw that on, all those types of things. What we would be looking to hold here is around 37.13. If that's broken, we would be looking down to around that 35.33 to hold. And then it would be, this is one you really want to hold right here, because this was our higher low. When we got pushed up here, we came down, made that higher low, came back up trying to make that higher high. We would want to see a higher low hold. So that would be at 33.45. Now if that doesn't hold, and that's also a very strong bullish engulfing candle off of here, so that's where you would have thought we would just continue to make that move up. Alright, after that we would look to set a double bottom. That would be our best hope. If we did not do that, we were going to lower lows, and that would be around 31.65, and we're going off the real bodies there. So down around this area. But remember, a double bottom, if it is confirmed with good volume coming out of that, that's a bullish reversal as well. So we definitely could have, you know, $700 more down to the downside. Anything can happen in this market. We could hit a double bottom, and that was our actual bottom. That was the confirmation, and then the trend changes, and we start at the short term, the intermediate term, then we go to the long term, and we keep moving to get out of this. But you know, trends exhaust themselves. That's something that I can tell you, is that trends will exhaust themselves. The bears can only be in control for so long, and the bulls can only be in control for so long. So this bear market will have an end. Is it right now? Was it at that 31.76? I don't know. I'm not going to say that yet. Could we go lower? Absolutely. Anything can happen in this space, but we also could wake up tomorrow and Bitcoin's at $4,500. You know, you just never know what's going to happen when one of these whales decides that they want to put money in or take money out. So, guys, that's what we're looking for on the downside to hold. And what you do, you just really step back, and the next thing I'm going to do is show you the trend line that must hold. So, guys, we just go right around that area. This is the trend line that I want to see hold. Okay, we need to get a very significant bounce off this trend line. And it would be great if we actually ended up having a pullback down into here. This 200-day moving average keeps coming down, and this could be the bounce to get us up over top and hopefully close up above it, or at least hit it, come back down, and try it again. That's a possibility. See, you have to get over all these guys. How we're up over the 20 right now, we're over the 50 right now, we're over the 100. We need to get up over that 200-day moving average. It's very crucial that we do so. And right now we're at that indecision. The bulls and the bears just punching, fighting back and forth. But with this trend line not being the steepest, which is a good thing, okay, this nice big gap here, this is a strong trend line. And we're going to see if we get a bounce off it. If we do end up coming down through here and we break like the 50 moving average, the 100 moving average, the 20 EMA, those different types of things. So that's what I'm looking for on Bitcoin right now. I just want to step back and really go through the candles with you, and support and resistance. And with these candles here too, you know, pay attention to stuff like this. This is a massive bearish engulfing candle right here. We tried to push higher, so this was a beautiful candle for the bulls. We pushed up, and then we tried to even push up higher, then we got rejected. So the bulls tried to push this up, the bears swatted it right back down, came all the way down here, and now we're looking to see, or we closed, I'm sorry, on that 100-day moving average. The next day we had that Harami pattern, and now we're just moving sideways, deciding if we're going to make another attempt to the upside to around that 41.14, or if we're going to start rolling to the downside and see if we're going to test around that 35.54, rough estimate. Obviously, pay attention to these moving averages. But candles can really tell you the story, guys. Look at this candle. So this one-day candle, this bullish engulfing candle of this one, and then we got pushed up. See that? And that's a really nice rise. And when you see things like this, this is a shooting star candle. The bulls tried to push it up, the bears swatted it back down, came back down into a bullish engulfing candle, got pushed back up into a doji candle. We had follow through, continuation, and then you can see that engulfing candle, and we got pushed to the downside. So candles can really tell you the story, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to step back, look at these. You know, I know we had some Western indicators here, but step back and really pay attention to the Eastern techniques and just look, you know, at support and resistance, all that type of stuff as well. And you know, that's what it is, guys. Right now, we just have to be patient. Patience is the key. So God bless you all. Like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell if you like what we do here. Take care.